Welcome everyone to Swimming with Sharks and part 3 of a very special series that we like to call CEO Chat. And in it, we chat with ManoByte's very own CEO, Kevin Dean. And so today, Kevin Dean will be talking to us about PRM. So what is that exactly? Well, stay tuned and find out. Again, this is part 3 of a special 4-part series. Next week, please join us Tuesday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Join us next week for part 4 of this very special series. And so Kevin Dean's going to be joining us again today, and so let's have a little bit of information about Kevin. So he's a man of many interests and a variety of skills as well, but did you know that Kevin whistles without realizing it? He likes oatmeal raisin cookies. Kevin also collects rocks, and he is a voracious reader. Today, he will be talking to us, he'll be chatting with us on CEO Chat about partner relationship management systems and how that affects the building materials marketing space. And so without further ado, please welcome to the Shark Tank, ManoByte's very own CEO, Kevin Dean.
So today I want to chat about something that is extremely important for all building materials manufacturers, and something that is really near and dear to our hearts here at ManoByte. And that is, how do you successfully help building material manufacturers grow through the channel? Statistics tell us that about 68% of sales for building materials manufacturers come through existing relationships, existing customers, people that they already know. And so in order to grow their businesses, they have to successfully and grow through many of the relationships that they already have. That's interesting from multiple perspectives, because you have a lot of salespeople who are going out and selling into existing relationships to grow business. However, the way that people evaluate, consider, and buy product has changed drastically. And it's not always on the same timeline as a salesperson. So when we've done research, what we have found is that the best way for building material manufacturers to grow is really by investing in digital. And one of the key components that helps a building material manufacturer grow is a partner portal or a partner relationship management system. When it comes to a PRM is the technical term that you'll go out and look for solutions that solve for this problem of managing through your channel. What often happens is manufacturers get caught up on words. And it's all because of how they define who their customer is. You see, a manufacturer will call their 1 or 2 step distributor their customer, and rightly so, right? It is the 1 or 2 step distributor who's actually buying and purchasing product. They're the one that are submitting the orders. But at the same time, that 1 or 2 step distributor is also a partner. They are also a key component in helping ensure that manufacturers can grow their sales. So there is a relationship that goes beyond just being a customer when it comes to your 1 or 2 step distributors. So when you're managing relationships with your customers, it is important that you realize that you're managing the relationship with your channel partners. Now, partners can include distributors, it can include dealers, it can include your retailers, and it also can include sales reps in some instances. Indirect networks, these channels, they make up the majority of manufacturer sales. However, those sales will increase and revenues will grow by strengthening the relationships that you have with your customers, your dealers, your retailers, your reps, even your contractors, helping to build better relationships with them also will help to increase your overall sales. So by focusing on the partner experience or the customer experience, by leveraging content, technology, and processes will actually help building materials manufacturers scale better. It will help them have more efficient sales, marketing, and operations. So it's important to realize that a major component of a successful partner program or a successful channel program is to use what's called through channel marketing automation. Now, through channel marketing automation allows a building material manufacturer to leverage assets that they have and distribute them through their channel. Through channel marketing automation allows a building material manufacturer to better manage their brand. It allows them to communicate more effectively with everyone within their channel. It also allows them to save time and increase revenue. In addition, through channel marketing automation makes it possible for a building material manufacturer to execute campaigns that will help them grow. Now, all of this um, is done by using a PRM. Now, the partner relationship management has multiple components involved with it. First of all, it is a portal, right? And so a portal allows a logged in experience where one of your partners, someone within your channel or your customer can log on and get information that is only accessible in a secure way through this portal. Now, there are some important elements that are involved in a successful portal. First, and probably most important, is training and onboarding materials. Most building materials manufacturers will agree that education is really a primary way for them to grow their sales. So by having training on product, training on service, training on warranties, will equip all those within the channel to better understand how to specify a product, how to service a product, and how to maintain it. Another key component that you'll find in a PRM or a partner portal are the ability for your customer to log on and get access to their orders. It gives them a place for them to see what their pricing is. It's a place where they can log. I'm going to back up and talk about pricing. So pricing is so important because within your channel, your customers all have different pricing, right? And that pricing is based on a variety of different levers. It could be based on length of relationship. It could be related to the number of products that are purchased by that partner. Oftentimes, that pricing is based on volume. And so all of those components matter when it comes to pricing. And pricing is very hard and very challenging for building materials manufacturers to communicate because there are so many variables involved in creating good pricing for their customers that's clear and understandable, and that it's clear and understandable. So your PRM or the portal gives you the ability to serve up to your customers personalized pricing that's clear and easy for them to understand. Another important element that you'll find on a partner portal is a way for you to manage co-op dollars or marketing development funds. Oftentimes, building materials manufacturers will give to their customers or their reps incentives, and it's hard to manage those. Oftentimes, those incentives are given out by the squeakiest wheel. Oftentimes, those incentives are given out by the sales rep who's trying to close opportunities. And there's really no way to manage that. And oftentimes, um, those dollars that are given to your customers or your channel partners um, oftentimes aren't spent in a way that's really effective. We had one building material manufacturer customer who told us that they gave out to one of their partners about $60,000 in co-op funds, and that partner took those co-op dollars and went out and bought a boat. Well, good for the partner. It's their money; they earned it. But oftentimes, what happens, really, the intent behind these dollars are to help your everyone grow, right? And so buying a boat doesn't really help you to generate more sales. So you need to have a really well-defined way of managing co-op and MDF to ensure that the dollars that you're giving out to your channel partners or your customers, really your indirect network, are being used effectively on both ends so that everybody continues to win long term. Um, Something else that happens quite often on a lot of building material manufacturers' websites, and we're not talking about the portal now, I want to talk about the website, is most building materials manufacturers have on their website a place for someone to find where to buy their product. And when they log on, so when a customer or someone who wants to buy a product goes to the building materials manufacturer's website, they put in where to find that product. Maybe even they put in some contact information. And that request of where to buy product goes out into the wild unknown. And that becomes a challenge for everybody. It becomes a bad experience for the person who's trying to buy the product. Um, the person who should have been selling the product may or may not even know that someone is looking to purchase a product. And oftentimes, even if they are, they're so busy with other things, oftentimes they don't follow up for weeks, months, if ever. And then that ultimately becomes a bad experience for the manufacturer because they're selling less product just because they're not managing the way that leads are being routed and distributed. So one of the things that a PRM or a partner relationship management application can solve for is lead distribution and lead routing. That's a big problem that really can be solved in a very elegant way to give everyone better insight into what's happening with a specific opportunity and really provide a better customer experience and provide a better partner experience as well. Behind your PRM and in your portal, one thing that really can help everyone grow and everyone win. And that's the key element to think about is that a PRM is designed so that everyone in the channel wins. So, it really is almost a no-brainer. But one of the things that is important when it comes to the partner is how do you manage through channel marketing automation programs? Well, what is involved in a through channel marketing automation program? Well, through channel marketing automation really involves 4 different elements that can help a building material manufacturer be much more successful when it comes to the way that they market and sell their products and services. And all of this can be managed in your PRM or the partner portal. The first area is what's called two-channel marketing. Now, two-channel marketing is the way that you communicate value to your actual customer. So this is where you're actually marketing to your 1 or 2 step distributor, helping them to understand your brand better, you're building relationships with them, and you're using tactics that you might use to promote your company or your product to an end user, but you're using those tactics to help to engage your customers more effectively. So that's what two-channel marketing is all about. Next is what's called through-channel marketing. And through-channel marketing is where you are selling to your customers, but through you're marketing to your customers through your distributors or your dealers. And so what happens here is when your distributors or your dealers, when they go to market by themselves, you're helping them succeed by helping by giving them tools that they need, like co-branded assets. So let's say that you have a distributor and they want to talk about a product or service that you have, and you have a co-branded asset. Maybe it's a co-branded ebook, maybe it's a co-branded video, maybe it's a co-branded spec sheet. Whatever it is, you have the brand of the manufacturer. You also have the brand of the distributor right on that material and that information. And so you're marketing through that partner. Another way is what's called with channel marketing. Now, with channel marketing is where you're marketing side by side with your distributor all at the same time. So you might think about a trade show. So your distributor is going to go to a trade show and you're going to help them perhaps showcase your products more effectively by helping them with information that they'll have at their booth, maybe putting together information for them. Maybe you together do a webinar. So all of this is where you're marketing together. There's efforts on both sides in order to market your products or services. And the last element of through channel marketing automation is for-channel marketing. Now, for-channel marketing is where you're actually taking the reins and you're doing all the marketing for the distributor. So, and then all that distributor does, the one who's actually making the purchases, they just place the orders. So you're doing all the marketing, funneling everything to that distributor for purchasing, and then they're placing the orders. So really, in for-channel marketing, there's a lot more work involved on your part as a manufacturer, and really that distributor is just the means for placing the orders. Now, a lot of manufacturers, quote unquote, think that they're doing for-channel marketing. And the reason for this is because they say, well, we let the distributor handles all the sales, right? And they blindly think that that distributor is doing all the marketing, but really, oftentimes nobody is doing any marketing at all, right? And so it's important that manufacturers think about how they have the right mix of marketing initiatives in order to help grow their base. So where do you get started? What are the steps that are needed in order for you to start thinking about building out a robust partner program, a robust channel program, and putting together a PRM? The first thing to keep in mind is that it is a process. And it's a process because, not because necessarily it's hard to stand up the technology in order to get a PRM up and running. That does take effort, but there's a lot of thoughts that need to go into consideration when it comes to putting out a PRM, because you have to actually first think about how are you going to get your distributors engaged with your portal? How are you going to get them to come to your portal, to stay at your portal, and to use your portal? And if you can work through the process of getting value to your distributors, then you'll eventually get them to use your portal on a regular basis. And once you get them using your portal on a regular basis, really that's where you have a great deal of value to continue to expand your share of spend, share of product with that particular dealer or distributor. So getting started, you want to typically start with ensuring that there are ways for them to gain value. Oftentimes we see building manufacturers start with a place for online training. Online training seems to be the first step into a partner portal where they can start to get engagement and start to get value. The problem with an online portal and using online training as the first incentive to your organization to start using your portal is that over time, once they've done that training, there's no need to come back. So you have to consider other things that will drive a distributor or dealer to come back to your portal on a regular basis. One of the things that we have found most successful in continuing to drive engagement really is when it comes to incentives. So if you make it so that in order for your distributor or your dealer to get the incentives, such as co-op or marketing funds or whatever that those incentives may be, they're going to come back to your portal because they're going to want to check to see how they're doing on reaching those incentives. So always think about when you're trying to increase value, when you're trying to get more engagement, what's in it for your customer? What's in it for the partner? What's in it for the distributor or dealer? What is it going to have them come back? You can't think of it on one side. Well, I want the distributor to do A, B, and C. There are things that you want them to do, but you first have to look at it from the standpoint of that distributor or dealer, that rep. What is it? What's in it for them? What's going to drive them to come back to my site on an ongoing basis? And that's important to think about because, as you're aware, most that distributor or that dealer isn't just going to have to deal with one portal. They have multiple products that they represent, so they have to spend their time wisely and figure out a way to maximize that. That's where actually marketplaces come into place. And marketplaces are a completely different topic for another day. But another way to continue to get engagement on your portal through the PRM really will come through establishing some sort of tiered distributor or dealer program where you are giving certain distributors or dealers more discounts, better pricing, access to service, access to whatever it may be, based on the tiered type of partner that they are. Now, there are multiple types of tiered partner programs that you can consider, but that's one way to gamify the use of your portal and get more engagement overall. Statistics tell us that building materials manufacturers who implement a really robust partner relationship management program grow 200% faster than their competitors. Now, the reason for this is because there are several reasons. One, it helps to educate their distributors, right? And only 4% of manufacturers feel that they have an effective marketing program that goes through their distributors or dealers. And so this is one way to be more effective in creating those programs. Another reason is that only 13% of building material manufacturers feel that their distributors and their dealers are sufficiently knowledgeable of their products and services and able to communicate their value well enough. By having a good PRM system, a good partner program, a good channel program, this will increase that number to approximately 47%. Having a good PRM really is the best and the fastest way to create added value and to see your revenue grow. PRMs really do drive results, and we feel passionately that having a PRM for your organization will be extremely successful.
Thank you, Kevin, for joining us today and chatting with us about PRMs. So if you have questions or you would like to follow up, or would like to ask Kevin a few questions about that, please get in touch with us here at ManoByte, simply kevin@manobyte.com, and certainly either he or anyone on the ManoByte team can walk you through why we are so passionate about PRMs and how PRMs can help everyone in the building materials manufacturing space grow better. And thank you also for joining us today. And don't forget that next week will be our fourth and final installment of this special series, this special 4-part series, which we call CEO Chat, in which we chat with our very own ManoByte CEO, Kevin Dean. So stick with us for next week's final installment of this 4-part series. Please join us Tuesday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And until next time, take care of yourself and each other's, and may all your adventures be great.